Good morning everybody and welcome to Tuesday the 23rd of February's geography lesson, and we're going to start our geography lessons for this week looking at human and physical geographical features. That is a very long word, geographical, but if you want to watch this video on BBC Bitesize, that will help you to understand what we mean by human and physical features. So today we'll be learning about what a human geographical feature is and what a physical geographical feature. And geographical is just the geography of the place that we are looking at. So what do we mean by human feature? Well, we have different places around us, cities, towns and villages, but which is which? Now, a city is usually a large place with lots of big, tall buildings. See if you could take a minute and think of some places that you know is a city. It's lots of built up, big, tall buildings, and there's a few big cities near us and around, and you might have visited some. You might have been on the train to a big city. Have a think if you can name some big cities. So near us we have the city of Wakefield, where you'll see tall buildings and big shopping centres. So that's our closest city. And what about other cities that you might have visited? What is our capital city? Can you recall that? It's London, so well done if you remembered our capital city. Now next we have a town. A town is smaller than a city, but it's a little bit larger than a village. So some towns around us are Pontefract, Normanton town. Normanton, you live in a town. So it is not as big as a city, but there is lots of buildings and houses and buildings around, like supermarkets, and sometimes we have a town hall. Normanton's got a town hall also. And then the small places with just small groups of houses, normally near the countryside and not as busy as a town or a city, is a village. So where do you live? Do you live in the city, the town, or a village? Some of you might live in Normanton town. Some of you might live in a smaller village just outside of Normanton town. So human geographical features. What do you think we mean by human geographical features? Why do we call them human? Let's take a look at them. We've got a road. We all know what a road is. We've got bridges and we've got dams. Now, why do you think we call those features in our geography human? Can you think of a reason why? That's right, it's because humans built them. These are features that you see when you look outside that people, humans, have built. They wouldn't be there if we had not built them. So a shop, because it's a building, and we built the building, factory or a house, all those things were also built by humans. They would not be there unless someone built them. Offices, now these are normally human geographical features. Office is a human geographical feature that you normally find in the city. The big tall buildings, when you look at that picture, not always, but the big tall buildings that you see in cities, normally big tall office buildings. A farm, where would we find a farm? What place would we find a farm? Would we find a farm in the city? In a town, in a village? Where would we find it? We'd find it near a village in the countryside, or it might be just in the countryside on its own. But the farm still has farm buildings that are built by people. A shipping port, so you'd find that near a coastal, what we call a coastal area. Have a think what we mean by coastal area. It would mean near the seaside. We'd be near the coast, what we say the coast, and it's near the seaside. And a port is a big place for the ships to load goods and cargo on and off. And sometimes you might be able to go to the seaside and you might be able to be in the port or the harbour where the boats come in and out of. So the port is where the big ships that have got all the goods unloading and they're taking them to different places in different countries will be loaded up. A harbour is where the smaller boats are. Right, physical features. What do you think? We've looked at human geographical features, what humans built, things that will only be there if someone built them and put them there. So what do you think? What is the opposite to that? What would a physical geographical feature be? The beach. It's a natural place where the sea, the lakes, nobody built the beach, it was already there. A coastline. When we say coastline, it's where the land meets the sea, and that is a coastline. And then we have the sea and the oceans. They are all physical geographical features because they're natural. They were already there. Let's take a look at some more. A river, freshwater river flowing, the hills and the fields, a forest, lots of trees, and a large wooded area where lots of trees and plants grow. A valley where there's lots of low land in between hills and mountains. And normally in a valley there is a river, but they are all physical geographical features because they were already there. They're natural features. A cliff, very dangerous to be on the edge of a cliff, but it's a really steep sheer drop at the end of the land near the sea. Mountains. Can you name any mountains? You've been walking near mountains before, and they're tall. We all know what a mountain is. Tall, big, steep hills. Steeper than a hill is a mountain. Can you name any mountains? Right, let's do a quiz. Let's see if we know whether we can identify a human or physical feature. What about this picture? What does this one show? Does it show a human feature or a physical feature? Have a think. A motorway. It is a human geographical feature. Someone built the motorway, not just one person, lots of people. It takes a long time to plan and build the motorways, but they wouldn't be there if humans didn't build them. What about these huts on the beach? They're on the beach, but they're huts. What do you think? Is that a human or physical feature? It's a human feature. The beach is a natural geographical feature, a physical. The sand in the beach itself is a physical, but the huts that were built on the beach weren't always there until someone built them. What about this beautiful waterfall? Is that a human or physical geographical feature? It's a physical geographical feature. It's a natural waterfall. It's always been there. What about this building? Now you should recognise this building from our RE lesson. What do you think that building is? Is it a human or a human or physical geographical feature? Can you name it? It's a mosque. Well done if you remembered that from our RE lessons. And it's a human geographical feature. It was built. What about this? Towers of rocks, and it's a physical geographical feature. Well done if you spotted that. So your task today, I would like you to get an A4 piece of paper, or some paper or 2 pieces if you're at home, or if you have a book at home, one side of the, open the book up one side and the other for this task. And on one side I would like you to draw an imaginary place with as many human geographical features as you can think of. What kind of place would that be? Would it be a city? Would it be a town? Or would it be a village? And then on the other side I want you to draw an imaginary place with as many physical geographical features. What kind of place would that be? Would it be a town or a city? I don't think it would, with physical features, because in a city we have lots of human geographical features. So I would like you to do that in your books or on an A4 piece of paper, fold it in half, and on one side lots of human features and on the other lots of physical features. Good luck, and don't forget to upload your work on Tapestry. But for next lesson I would also like you to have a look and follow this link for the video to watch a short clip on CBBC about Katie Morag, and it shows you a nice video of the island where Katie Morag lives. And I want you to think about, you don't have to do anything, just watch the video, but whilst you're watching it, have a think about the island and how she describes it, what words she uses. We've been looking at adjectives in our English lesson, so you will know plenty of adjectives to be able to identify them when she describes them. And can you spot any physical and human features on the island? Just have a watch, just watch the video, have a think, have a look, and remember those 2 questions while you're watching it. But your main task is this, with your human and physical features. But yes, please watch the video before our next geography lesson on, I think that will be Thursday, before Thursday. So don't forget to upload your pictures on Tapestry, and can't wait to see your work. See you soon. Bye.